Hi, it's Dominic from Paphos Life, and I've come to Limni Pier for a little walk. And I thought I'd film it on the spur of the moment, but I haven't got my media pack with me, so God knows what the sound will be like. Up that way is Argaka, and beyond that is eventually I get to Pomos. There's this way we get to Polis, then Lachi and Aphrodite's baths after that. The actual pier itself is a remnant from when there was a mine here, Limni mine, funnily enough, which came about in the earlier part of the 20th century and has since closed. And there used to be a railway line coming from the mine along here, and the T you can see at the end of the pier wasn't there then, and they just unload all the minerals and stuff they'd got from the iron. From memory, I think it was mainly sulphur and copper. I could be wrong. And but when the mine was closed and they were going to turn it into a golf course and holiday resort, and one of the whether it's a sweetener or caveat, I don't know, was that they changed the Limni Pier function from an old relic to what you see now. And it's a very good place to come for swimming in the summer or fishing. I don't know if it's allowed here or not at the moment. I'm just looking here because I had heard that the steps down had been taken away, but I can just see that it's still there. So yes, the railway that they used to run up here, from what I can gather, is actually over there, underwater somewhere. I did a film of that a few years ago because I found it when I was swimming. And put it this way, there's a long bit of railway over there, and if it didn't come from here, I'd like to know where it did actually come from. Oh, the water's very clear. It'll be very cold as well, I'd imagine. Let's have a look. So yeah, what you do is you jump off there, obviously, and you can clamber up here. There used to be a little ladder coming up here, but I can't see the top of it anymore. I'll just go and see. Not that I'm going to be jumping in today, because as I'm acclimatised to Cypriot weather, I'm now dressed. Oh, going too close. Yeah, that ladder's gone now, but you can see at the other end where there's a ladder going down. So for this side you need to use that little jetty there. So yes, the railway line came all the way down from the mine, which is before those hills up there. So a great place to visit if you want to do a bit of more adventurous exploring. And if you look at old pictures, you'll see where the buildings are. There used to be another branch of the railway going to your left, but a little short thing for when there was more than one train, presumably. But that's been removed as well. And those buildings there, I think, were part of the mine franchise. Last time I looked, they were doing up the one closest to the pier, and it looked like someone might even have been living in it. But that could have just been the guys who were doing it up. Been joined by a couple of more people on the pier. What you can see here the way down. Go and have a look. Now, for snorkeling, it's not very good around here. It's quite boring, to be honest. But in terms of a place where you can cool off, in the hot sun. Can't be beaten. Right, I'll head back to the mainland now. Ooh. Just down there is, I can't remember the name of it, but there's a nice picnic site. It also has a handy toilet. Oh, and beyond Argaka, I don't know if you can see them in the film, there are some very sparse woods, part of Paphos forest, and there was a huge fire there in 2016. I remember because it was the year we came over to live. And for the first few days, originally we were renting a villa in Universal in Paphos, and for the first few days the sunsets were completely amazing because of all the smoke from the fire. And it's taking a long time, I have to say, for it to grow back. And I think the reason for that is they must have used a lot of salt water to put the fire out, which of course makes it very difficult for anything to grow. And you might say, oh, why use salt water then? Well, it's a question of, like, if you don't put the fire out there, the whole forest is going to go up. So even if you kill off that bit of land, it's better to do that and save the rest of the forest than just wait for water from the reservoirs. And let's face it, at that time the reservoirs weren't as full as they are now either. But if you go past here, that's why that bit's a bit bald. At the buildings again. Cyprus Port Authority rules of use of the pier. Own risk. Persons under the age of 16 must be accompanied by adults. No driving. No dogs. No boats. Keep the pier clean. Don't cause damage and look after turtles. Can't say further than that. So, last I saw, they were decorating not decorating. I don't know what they were doing, but there's obviously no one living in here anymore. A few beer cans, that's about it. Yeah, we published quite a few films and articles on Limni Mine itself, so have a little look through our back catalogue for more info on that place. I think my first ever film was done there actually, when I was playing around with my original 360 camera. But this is Limni Pier. If you're in the area, you should definitely visit it, because it's a nice peaceful place, and sometimes it can get really crowded just to warn you, especially on the Cypriot bank holidays. There'll be lots of fisher people out. I'm going to go and find my wife now, so I'll sign off. I hope you like it. Cheers, bye.